Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Man United made to regret snubbing £14.6 million striker who would be huge help to Ruben Amorim. Manchester United have been left rueing their decision to snub a swoop for Sergio Guirassy last year amid Ruben Amorim'S continued attacking deficiencies. Only Everton, Leicester City, Ipswich Town and Southampton have scored fewer goals than the Red Devils 28 in 24 Premier League games this season. United have splashed £108.5 million to sign Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee in the past two summer transfer windows, but neither has been regularly productive. Ahmad and Bruno Fernandes are Amorim's top scorers this season but have netted just 9 each. Højlund has notched 7 and Zirkzee 5, but those tallies become 2 and 3 in the league. And the Guinean's relentless goal-scoring habits were made all the more eye-catching by the £14.6 million release clause in his Stuttgart contract. However, according to The Athletic, United considered the fee too high for a 27-year-old who hadn't previously enjoyed as prolific a campaign. Stuttgart's Bundesliga rivals Borussia Dortmund took a chance, activating his exit in the summer, and have been handsomely rewarded. Guirassy has scored 19 goals in 28 games in all competitions this season, providing a further 6 assists. The 28-year-old, who turns 29 next month, is currently the top goalscorer in this term's Champions League, netting 10 times in 9 outings, 7 of them starts. Guirassy has found the net against Club Brugge, Celtic, Dinamo Zagreb, Barcelona, Bologna, Shakhtar Donetsk and Sporting, only drawing blank against Real Madrid and Sturm Graz. Amorim is relying on Højlund and Zirkzee, as well as his entire attack, to increase their output across the remainder of the season. United are still challenging for the FA Cup and Europa League but are slumped in 13th in the Premier League. Man United news. New striker targets eyed as Ruben Amorim addresses Jim Ratcliffe plan. Manchester United are preparing for a huge Premier League clash with Tottenham on Sunday, with just 2 points separating the two sides. United are currently languishing in 13th, while Spurs are 14th with both clubs enduring disappointing campaigns. Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim will be desperate to pick up a victory, having won just 4 league games since taking charge. United are also making plans for next season, with Amorim set to continue his major overhaul which began in January with the likes of Marcus Rashford, Antony and Tyrell Malacia shipped out on loan. Amorim addresses Ratcliffe plan. Amorim says he understands United's current financial issues, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe reportedly planning more mass redundancies. Ratcliffe has made some major cost-cutting moves since buying a stake in the club, and Amorim has been quizzed on the prospect of further job cuts. "I have to understand all these problems, but that problem of our club is not new," Amorim replied. "We already knew all the rules of financial fair play, but that cannot change the way I coach the team." New strikers targeted. According to a report from The Athletic, United are set to turn their attention to Liam Delap and Benjamin Sesko next summer as they look to strengthen their attack. Victor Gyökeres has been heavily linked with a potential reunion with Amorim, but the report states that such a move is now unlikely, with the striker wanting to join a club who can guarantee him Champions League football. The report adds that moves for either Delap or Sesko are more likely, although Arsenal are long-term admirers of the latter and could rival United for his signature. Latest team news. Amorim also gave an update on his squad ahead of United's trip to Tottenham after Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Altay Bayındır, Johnny Evans and Tom Heaton missed their win over Leicester through injury. "It has been a good week," Amorim said, "until 2 days ago, when we had some problems. Also, as we don't have players back. Maybe we will have 1 or 2 issues, but we are waiting. We have 1 player who is sick, so we will see the team on the weekend. But it was good to work with the team and to try to help the players in our performances. I was voted as Manchester United's biggest fan. The hidden room in my house is jaw-dropping. Eddie Thomas has seen it all and has watched Manchester United win the lot. Thomas's first season at Old Trafford was in 1957 and he'd been to every cup final, including Europeans, until recently when a friend who was responsible for sorting their tickets made an error. That friend and Thomas are no longer on speaking terms and avoid each other in their local pub. He doesn't come in when I'm in the pub these days, laughed Thomas about the dispute. Thomas has lived and breathed United throughout his entire life, and he was voted as United's biggest fan by the Manchester Evening News in 2006. The prize for winning the competition was a limited edition book. The Opus book, that was worth £3,500, and it left him speechless. The men's former sport editor, Peter Spencer, visited Thomas to present him with his prize, and 19 years later, Stephen Railston was invited to his home to look at the revamped Red Room. You could spend hours in the Red Room, which is like United heaven. Thomas has autographs from Sir Matt Busby, Sir Alex Ferguson, George Best, and Sir Bobby Charlton. Incredibly rare shirts from the 1960s onwards, artwork that commemorates club icons and United-related souvenirs. At the top of the stairs, there is a limited edition lithograph of the United heroes who lifted the European Cup in 1968, and a Roman-themed portrait of Eric Cantona looks over the first floor. The loft has been converted to make space for the remarkable collection, and Thomas admitted his friends have all been blown away when they have checked it out for the first time. There is something worth looking at across every inch of the Red Room. A pristine 1999 Champions League final shirt, signed by goalscorers Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, greets you at its entrance, and Thomas has been forced to take out extra insurance to cover the room's value. Before retirement, Thomas worked as a joiner, and he decorated his safety helmet with United stickers and noted trophy wins with a black marker pen. My boss told me off for that because he said I wasn't allowed to decorate my hard hat, but I did it anyways, explained Thomas. Thomas was moved by the passing of Dennis Law last month and has a framed Law shirt. It's not just any ordinary shirt, either. It's a limited edition shirt from the 1963 FA Cup final, signed by Law himself. There is also a shirt from the 1958 FA Cup final, signed by goalkeeper Harry Gregg. The Red Room is a treasure trove, and words don't really do it justice. There is a sticker on the wall that reads, "This room belongs to United's #1 fan," and Thomas can back that claim up. The newspaper cuttings from the men in 2006 have been proudly kept by Thomas, who has been able to introduce himself in the pub as United's official biggest fan in the last 19 years. Thomas explained that a friend, who is also another diehard Red, "I turned down Manchester United deal. Then Sir Alex Ferguson tried to block my move to Tottenham. I'm disappointed in Tottenham." He earned 2 senior starts in the League Cup, with another 4 substitute appearances across all competitions, but by the end of summer 2012, he could not agree a new deal with the club and left. It is believed Friars felt disrespected by United after they offered him £1,500 a week, as opposed to the £20,000 per week salary he went on to earn instead. Tottenham expressed an interest in signing Friars, and he was even invited on their pre-season tour to Portugal as the North London club worked on a deal. There was interest from all parties to complete a move, but due to Premier League compensation rules, it would cost Spurs £6 million to sign him. That was never going to happen. Friars had burned his bridges at Old Trafford and was eager to move, but with the compensation fee proving to be an issue, he soon realized he would be best served moving abroad to kickstart his senior career. Then an unexpected opportunity arose. Belgian side Standard Liège expressed an interest in a move, and because they were an overseas club, they paid a much smaller fee dictated by FIFA's compensation system, rather than Premier League rules. United offered a 3-year contract, but I rejected the offer, he said. Spurs were interested, but the fee was too much. Then Standard Liège arrived with a good opportunity for me to play regular games and get experience. I thought it was the right time for me to leave and get experience playing in a good league. You never know what will happen in football, but I made the right decision for me. I feel the club would have still brought in a left-back because there was talk of me and Fabio going on loan. My first goal is to grow as a player, not to get international recognition directly. In football, everything changes very quickly. Today, I'm at Standard in the first year of my contract, and I want it to be as good as possible. Maybe after that, I can go one step higher. It might not have been such an issue had Friars gone on to be a success in Belgium and fulfill those lofty ambitions, but he only played 7 games for them before he spoke of being homesick and pushed for a move back to England at the first time of asking. Having officially joined Liège, They now had full control over his contract situation and could finance a cut-price sale to Tottenham in the January window that suited all parties and still gave them a handsome profit as well. It meant Spurs saved themselves £3 million on the £6 million compensation fee they had been quoted, and the Belgian side would make a healthy profit on the nominal fee they had paid just 6 months earlier. It suited everyone, well, everyone other than Ferguson and United.